Good morning, everybody. It's John for Father's Rights and my anti-human trafficking YouTube channel. It's 2:15 a.m., February 24th, 2025. I usually don't put up videos, 5 days apart, but this is something also that has to do with hereditary abuse. It won't be a part of that series. I'm going to try to explain something else that happened to me, or that was done to me. Um, when my wife first left the house, right, she went to family court and tried to get an order of protection put against me, right, to get my daughter out of the house. But if she didn't have it, she wasn't entitled to remove my daughter from the house. So the first attempt, she went and told him the truth, that I was mad at her because she wasn't sending the kid to school, and I was refusing to drive her and my daughter to school because basically my wife was cursing me out, and I was like, well, I'm not getting in the car with you when you're acting that way. It's only going to lead to something worse, so take a cab. Well, what happened was when after my wife left the house with my daughter, she was secretly moving my daughter into an apartment. So when she didn't get that first order of protection, what she did, now I want you to listen carefully what she did. Though the first court at family court dismissed her petition for an order of protection against me with prejudice, which means she's barred from going to seek any orders of protection against me, because the judge figured it out. She was, just trying to, the judge's words, vex me. She went to criminal court 8 hours later, and I called her up and said, where are you guys? And she said she was over her mother's house and she was going to be back. I actually have that phone call. But what I'm really worried about is that when she went to criminal court, she said that I brandished a gun on her and my daughter, and my daughter openly said it never happened. After I sat down with a few people and talked about it, they're saying, did you have any life insurance policies? I go, yes, I did. And they turned around and told me, it sounds like your wife or her family was basically trying to get you killed by the police. Now, I don't know how many police it would take to kill me, but that day there was an awful lot of police here for something I didn't do. So you guys tell me what you think this crazy woman was trying to get me killed so they can collect on the life insurance? I mean, the more you look into it, her family, if they filed that false report that basically I was brandishing a loaded weapon and I cocked it twice, but meanwhile, the job where I was required to be armed at the time, I haven't done that job for 7 years. That gun's been in its case so long, I took it out maybe once every 3 months to clean it. Of course, there was no need for me to have it on my person for about 7 years. I honestly think that my wife or her family were conspiring to have me killed so they can collect on the life insurance. I mean, they don't care about their kids. They certainly don't care about me. I look for anybody in the comments to explain this to me. This isn't the first time I've seen a woman do this. There's actually another video from this rapper whose girlfriend was threatening him, saying, I'm calling the police, and she's telling him, oh, he's walking around following me with a loaded gun. The guy's like, I don't got no gun. And as soon as he walked out the door, the police are telling him to get on the floor, pointing weapons at him. He's like, I don't have a gun. I do think that's a federal crime. what my wife did. Making a false report that I was bearing a weapon on my wife and child, and meanwhile my daughter turned around and says, my father never did that. I hope my daughter, Gia, I'm making these things for you so you can watch them later when you get old enough to understand what's going on. So even you can be in the next room next to me. I don't want you to see these videos until you're 18 years old so you can thoroughly understand this. Due to the delicate nature of what you're going through now, I want you to see this. Don't you ever do what Mommy did to me, to anybody. There's no excuse for it. And with Mommy's family being a pack of grifters, I don't think it's wrong for me to fathom that they were trying to have me killed to collect on the insurance, even though Clarissa would get it. That's not a hard hand to pull money from for them. And on that, everybody, put in the comments what you think. I actually have the paperwork which she filed it. No wonder why there was 10 cops here. There was like 5 cops in my kitchen and about another 5 downstairs, heavily armed. So no wonder why. They were thinking they were dealing with a gun-wielding homicidal maniac. I think they were trying to get me killed by the police. Put your comments in there. This is... When I really find these things out, I don't think put too much mind into it. But not only do they not value their children's lives, I gotta figure out they certainly don't value mine. And on that, I'm out of here.